plate here, unfortunately. This is some of the problems here is, okay,
yeah, final chapter comes down. Owner is moving in, though. The box comes through from Keria, and that should be able to keep them safe. But Realm Warp is going to augment this play. Cuz moving forward, heroic charge to taxi them out. And there's the old no Skarner for you as now Aiming is trying to fight this one out. First blood goes to Gumayusi as Vikla was way too far forward. And finally, Cuz turns back up, but there is just no fight to be had here. To flash forward, though, and Cuz is trying to get something done against his former teammate. They will be able to even out the kills. The Gumayusi picking up that first blood, I think, is the come to expect. As now Hex Flash is going to get channeled here by Cuz. He's going to be able to get the smite down, and he's got a Yuumi as well. The Wallop is going to stop Zeus from being pulled back too far, but he's real dead, guys. Does manage to get the turret, so he can actually...
T1 should be willing to give this one up, but they're not. They're going to fight for it. Faker's in a good spot here, has his flash. We know what he can do with that flash taunt.
They've done a lot of damage to this Drake already. It will be secured, but can KT find the team fight? Faker on a ward right now, but the rest of T1 will just evacuate the area. Realm Warp's going to come down. Zeus is likely just going to be the sacrificial Nah here, and he will. That's a kill over to Aiming, though, and KT are probably pretty happy with that situation.
Yeah, that's actually pretty massive for them. But T1 have also maintained Drake parity now, which is one way. Okay, hold on.
All right, that is a big old flash impale, but Cuz can just go absolutely nowhere. The hook from Keria was too good, and that means the Skarner will go down immediately. Rascal still trying to run.
As this is Keria here, just in position to deny, as look at Skarner coming over. He's hooked. And then, like, there's taunt, like, Aphelios doesn't care. Like, where's the fall damage? Aiming is nowhere near. Like, this is just very poorly coordinated from KT, as well as Keria, of course, having a fan.
I think okay. X-Flash gets him over the wall here as Aiming's trying to get these minions as best he can, but the Impale's once again going to come down. Owner is just going to heroically charge his way out of there, though, as Vikla does go golden. Owner's still alive somehow, as Rascal is a brick wall in the front line. He gets hooked back once again as the Keria show has began, and the Scion will be taken down. Gumayusi says, thanks for that kill. But now Zeus and Faker in a little bit of trouble. Nah, not going to quite find the wallet value there, because we'll, pardon me, lock down that kill, and then Cuz is immediately going to go down. Zeus, once again...
Setting up these fights is Lantern's used early here, so I think that's part of why you're like, okay, we're going to actually chase, we're going to press the go button here as Owner lives for so long. Scion swings around. This is a beautiful play from Rascal to try to trap them here, but there's just so much tankiness and CC. It's just hard to trade up here. Look at another Lantern comes through. Guma kind of trolled Faker there on that one.
Yeah.
But Faker's like, no, I'm going to taunt him in the choke, and then watch what happens to Aiming here. He's just completely zoned out, so the rest of T1 can escape. Owner knocks him away, so he can't actually follow through, and then Cuz is just left out to dry. T1, their team fighting is just amazing. Doesn't matter how good of a choke point control you think you have, you are just not going to catch up to this team.
It's just insane. Having a look at this one from Owner's perspective.
40 health.
Somehow manages to survive and then gets his ulti
is what
perfectly aligned for when Aiming gets his ult back up again.
Yeah. Gets taunted, of course, by Faker's, you know, catching them there on the choke point. Here comes his ult. By Aiming. That's all he needed to do to make sure the rest of T1 can take out the Skarner and back out. Beautifully played. If
approximately a 2,000 gold lead, that will be eased a little, as Vikla should be able to take down this top outer turret. Faker is not super psyched about it, but still not going to be able to stop it. Is okay, ghosting forward here is Vikla. Does get the Rune Prison down. Faker taking a lot of damage. The minion wave actually helping Vikla out here, as Faker has to use his Zhonya's. There's a Realm Warp, as Vikla is going to get knocked out of that one. He's going to, you know, die on his own turn. So he's not going to be dying right now. Picks the juke beautifully, does Keria, as now Vikla feeling a bit silly for not flashing earlier. Zayed's going to take a lot of damage, though, as Aiming's going to turn up. Picks up his first kill. Now Owner's next on the menu. Gumayusi decides that he just doesn't want to be in the fight, as it's a double for the Zeri. Make it a triple, and make that a Baron on top.
And Guma is just, he cannot be here. It's too risky for him to be here. He's on a low range of Aphelios. It doesn't have an ultimate, so he's over on the side, and they go a little bit too deep here, trying to grab a pick. And yeah, Vikla, if he flashes the hook, he survives, and this is even better for them. But either way, they're just caught as they're too far forward there in a choke point where Aiming is going to get so much value and now money out of this team fight. As T1 looked to try to get a pick to set up for Baron, they had complete control of the choke point starting out, but they didn't have to force this. Now Guma is going to play a greedy move.
Play it by the book, as T1 will need to be able to find themselves a big play to get this one working for them. Rascal does have his shield removed now. This battle is going to take a very long time. But Zeus, with his Hyper Procs, might be able to get the work done. Decides to stop Rascal here as he hops over the top. Not going to quite find the Q is Rascal, but he still has enough of a health bar to get back towards his turret.
With Black Cleaver here, unfortunately, Rascal, there is no world in which you win this one. Can, of course, catch the wave here, but that is about as deep as it goes. Like, he is Gnar. In mini Gnar form, he's actually arguably way more dangerous. In fact, with this itemization against this, you know, really tanky Scion, but it's not tanky enough. And so he gets pushed away. This gives an angle here for Zeus. He does have his Gnar bar available. If KT get caught by him here, that could be a disaster. That is definitely one way to win this game, straight up. Zeus is Gnar bar, man.
Well, Aiming's just diving forward. Faker has to go golden immediately, and the ulti does nothing from Ona, but the Lantern placement was fantastic. Now Zeus trying to get himself out, but does so with a hop into crush combo. And KT, they have control of the river, but T1 keep everyone alive.
Now T1 need to rush back over here and deny this if they're going to contest. Unfortunately, they just won't have a Gnar bar here for Zeus. He does have teleport. He's going to try to actually get it on the bottom side of the map and come back. He's not going to back.
Oh,
Aiming.
Dear. Keria is going to land the hook onto Aiming, but he is just going to die for it. They did need to check this. Zeus is on the bottom side. He does have teleport, but I don't think that he's going to be able to do anything to try and get over here and stop this Baron. It's going to be the second one going to KT unless Ona can get in there and make this one happen. He does have the flash. He gets into the pit, but he's way too early. They didn't have the vision available. He had to try and take a gamble, and Aiming's just going to be able to pick up the kill. Inner turret goes down, but that is not quite enough to even out the trade here as KT will take their second Baron.
KT's comp is so oppressive when they have a lead, and we saw one of the main reasons why, in fact, KT were able to start this Baron up and actually get a proper team fight, or like deny a proper team fight because they had so much of the control over the map, was because of the fact that Rascal is just sitting down there and Zeus is trying to side lane against him, but they are not grouped up. And the one part of the map they had control was bottom side, where they're looking to maybe take an inner turret out. KT were way better grouped up, had the insane wave cleared siege in mid, and they're like, yeah, okay, Scion is going to lose half his health bar, but it's fine, he's got teleport. So Rascal can just show up at a moment's notice. Zeus has it as well here, but he's so reliant on his Gnar bar. Without it, they cannot team fight. Once again, it's going to be used here early, so this is a really tough fight to take for T1, but they have to.
Well, in comes the train as the Realm Walk's going to come over as well as Rascal almost gets on top of Gumayushi. That's a phenomenal ultimate from Ona, though. And he is going to be able to get rid of the Scion immediately. Zeus actually taking a lot of damage, and Rascal, he's so tanky. They do manage to get the taunt. There's the Everfrost. Now he's at 50%. This fight's been going on for quite some time. It's Aiming now going to take him out. I felt very dangerous there going through the Hex Gate, but it will be the Hextech Soul. Moonlight Vigil comes down though with Gumayushi, takes matters into his own hands and immediately gets flattened. There is the ultimate out from Cuz as well. The Impale is going to mean the end of the Poppy. He gets his revenge there against the Poppy in the end. Vikula's flashing forward. Zeus is going to go down, and I think KT will just end the game right here.
Oh man, Rascal's over there 1v4 because there's just no one who can damage him outside of Guma and Zeus. Zeus is actually caught on the other side of the fight, and they're looking to end it. We are going to a game 3 here, Atlas. Rascal is going to that location of the rift as well. He's going to slam into the wall, but we are going to a game 3, and T1 fall behind in the mid game. One single team fight, one overextension. KT take all the control of the map with that Baron, turn into a second Baron, and Aiming redeems himself on the Zeri this time around.
Yeah, really showing that the denial of the Zeri Yuumi was very important in game number 1 as far as the...
앞에 잡음. 해도 돼. 땀 걸어줘. 앞으로 가.
20초.
텔도 땄다. 나를. 바텀 라인에 텔죠.
바텀으로 가자.
바텀에 텔 찍어.
오케이, 잡을게. 위로 갈게.
바텀에 텔 찍어서 라인 좀 살려줘.
미드로 가. 미드도